So that's exactly what I'm doing with this one. You probably saw by the title, but I'm just basically gonna be talking about some races that would be cool to like have in GPO. Because when you really think about it, there isn't that much races, and yeah, this game is based off of One Piece, so there is a good amount of races that can be added to GPO. But there isn't that much inside the game right now, so I'm just like brainstorming some that can come to the game. It's like number one race that I want to see, because me personally, like sometimes usually whenever I get 50 Robux or something, I just go and spin my race. It's not like I want to switch off of Skypian, because like the wings, they kind of go on my avatar, which looks hella cool. Like this avatar is drippy as hell. Like, look at this. You got the LV jeans, a nice nice belt buckle. Oh, let me kill this shit. It's like you got LV jeans, nice belt buckle, the trident that matches the pants low key. The beard is clean as hell. Look at this. This is braided. I have a braided beard. And the hair is nice. The hair is nice. And then the wings on top of that, like it's like my hair is a divider between the two wings. And then on top of that, I have Pika too. Like, I'm sorry, but there's no way that you can look at this avatar and be like, yeah, that's one ugly ass avatar. But let me get back to the race I was gonna list for number one. I'm probably gonna add images on the screen of like when I'm talking about it, just in case nobody knows what the animal is. But at the same time, if you don't know what type of animal I'm talking about, then kind of weird or like dumb. But yeah, number one, a monkey race. Now, I'm not talking about like the monkeys at Sphinx Island, because if you spin and get that race and you literally look like a monkey from Sphinx Island, you're so unlucky, because those monkeys at Sphinx Island, they look retarded. Like, they look like Curious George if he was just fat and inside GPO and throwing bananas at you. So like a monkey race, right? Now it can have a passive like this. Whenever you use, let's say it has a skill, right? Whenever you use the skill, and it's like this, not like a screech, but like, what do they call it? I low-key forgot the name because I'm not really focusing on it right now. But let's just say a screech or a roar, right? Even though monkeys don't roar. Like, okay, basically, you just beat your chest, and after that, you get like a nice healing boost. Because you know how gorillas beat their chest inside the wild, and they're like, I'm sorry for that, but yeah, you know how gorillas do that inside the wild, and they it's like what they do usually before they get ready to fight each other. And I'm like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, that would be hella cool inside GPO. Now, we already seen something like this, because Sage used to have a spec before you took it away, because he was using it in rank and it was kind of OP. But Sage used to have a spec. It's like the same thing Gorilla King does, where he beats his chest, and after that, he does like it pushes you back, you can't block it, and I think he regens from it too. Yeah, I'm not saying that like the one that us players would have should do all of that, but it should be like, I don't know, I'm conflicted on whether it should be able to heal you, like a slight heal, or if it should push you back. Because if it pushes you back and you're able to block it, it's gonna be kind of useless. But it could be like a guard break on the third hit, and a slight heal buff and a slight stamina buff. Well, that'll probably be too OP if it's heal and stamina buff, but you get what I'm saying. Like a monkey race with that passive. And I also want it to come with slightly more health. I mean, I'm not gonna say it really like makes sense to add slightly more health, but it would really be cool if you could have like a nice health buff, like how Skypians could glide. Minks have extra stamina and they have electricity on their hands, like the monkeys. A fighting style that could come with it? Nah. It's like, what would you do? Like a banana fighting style where you have, nah. I just don't see a fighting style coming in with it. It'll just be just like Skypian. I would say a 15% race. Just that when you get it, you get like a skill that gives you a nice little buff. Just like how Skypian gives you Skypian glide, and you take reduced fall damage. So that would be like really nice race. Now another one that I was thinking of before would be Is it gonna be a lion? Well, like a race based off of like the big cats inside the wild, so like a lion or cheetah. Because if you're inside the Wano arc, I don't know the character's name, but he follows. Actually, I'm not gonna talk about it because it's a slight spoiler for people that don't watch Wano. But there's just a character that looks like a lion. I might put him up on the screen, I might not. And though he doesn't like show any buffs from his race or anything in general, like what that race could have, since it's based off of like cats, and cats are usually agile and fast, that race could have like extra walk speed. Now I don't mean like running hella fast or anything like that. It could probably be just like a skill, but like you have extra walk speed whenever you're using that race, and you regen stamina slightly faster. Now I feel like it can be a fighting style because let's say you have like claws on your hands, right? And after that could be your fighting style where like you activate. It's the same thing with Tori's skill where you get the talons on your feet. Like it's the same thing like that, just that you have claws on your hands. And whenever you use that fighting style, there's obviously not going to be any GPO because it's a fighting style for your race. But sorry, this galleon is like you can't hear the game audio, but I can, and this galleon is so loud inside my ear. Like it really is loud, and I didn't even get a fruit drop from that. But yeah, you have like you see this light ray? It's not even alright. This is probably the reason why I hate ship farming. I'm so happy that this is like, look at this. I'm getting. How's my ship taking? Alright. But yeah, you get it. I had to stop talking because there's so much. Like, look at this. Oh my god. Please die? A fruit drop? Nope, of course not. But yeah, like a race where you have claws as your fighting style. You can have like a barrage skill. I really like barrage skills, probably because I watch JoJo a lot, or I play a lot of JoJo games in general. Really, like recently I've been playing a lot of YBA, trying to just become better at it. I might start uploading it on the channel, since GPO is kind of dry right now. But you can have like a barrage skill with your claws. On top of that, you could have a skill where like you do a lot of dashes, then after that you come up and strike, and it could be like a guard break. You could have a skill where you jump into the air and like come down as a kick. Speaking of that, that would be like really good for Tori users if they get a skill like that. Now I'm not saying like the Tori user. What the hell is happening? Okay. I'm not saying like give Tori a skill like that. I'm just saying like Tori. I feel like why most of them run inside PvP is because they don't have that much skills to attack. Phoenix Burst is kinda ass. And ultimate, if you have Rokushiki, you can literally just Tekai and you won't even get hit by it. But yeah, back to the cat fighting style, or like based around a cat / lion or cheetah. You can have like a skill where you jump into the air and like you slam down with your foot. Just like axe kick, if you saw the Diable Jambo, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't have seen it by now. But if you saw like the Diable Jambo axe kick, how Diable Jambo had that type of skill, like for this fighting style on this race, you can have that type of skill. But it's not going to be like your claws on fire or anything. You're just going to slam down. I need to destroy this marine ship. It's so annoying. How is this ult not killing it? What? Marine farming. But yeah, you get like a slam down kick move. And is it there now? Thank you. You get a slam down kick move, and I would say that would be the guard break. That and like the pouncing move. I don't know anything else for it because if you really think about cats, all they do is just like scratch and stuff like that. I mean, a roar? Nah. What the hell is wrong with ship farming? It's so glitchy and buggy. And on top of that, you don't even get a fruit. But yeah, the second race would just be a cat race. I would put this one as a 1% since it has a fighting style attached to it. Or not 1%, but 5% like Fishman and Mink. Because it has a fighting style attached to it. And on top of that, the way that I'm making it sound, or like the way that I'm imagining it inside my head, like it would be hella OP. It would be like a race where you could use a lot of skills to combo extend because of how fast you are and like how freely you're able to move just because of that. Now for the third race and the final race that I'm probably going to be talking about, this one is like definitely in One Piece. I feel like everybody's seen it. I'm gonna say some type of giant race. Now putting that in game would be so weird because like if you're a giant in game, like obviously you're not going to be, you know, big as hell. And like now, how big would you be? I would say that you're as tall as up to here. Only reason I'm saying that is because if you're taller than that, how would you like go on other people's boats and be able to walk around across the map? That would be hella weird because like in future updates you would have to think about these players that are giant instead of just like keeping it regular, because everybody else is usually the same height unless they make their character skinny and long. Pause. But yeah, it'll be weird for the giant race. So if I'm being honest, I probably don't see that one coming in general. It's like you're really gonna have to think about them for everything. You can't just think about one race. Let me enter this notified code in 5 minutes. Yeah, like you can't just think about all of like the other races because that one's slightly taller, so they would have to get access to everything else. I got those to drop. Oh, Miro. I'll take it. This is my first Miro for this week. So far all I've gotten was 2 bombs and a bunch of soups. Okay, I'll gladly take Miro just in case I trade for sand.